Originally, this was going to be a video on a deltarune theory I had, but as I was researching it, I realised that the video I originally got my idea from was wrong, and the entire theory fell apart faster than all my usual theories do. There was only one salvageable part from it, and it's that Undyne will probably be in the Dark Road that Chris created at the end of Chapter 2. This is since Toriel calls Undyne and tells her to come to their house just before Chris creates the Dark World, so there's just a chance Undyne was in the area when that happened and got sucked into the Dark World. I don't know, we'll see when Chapter 3 releases in 2015, you can all laugh at how wrong I was. But I do think it would be cool to see Undyne in the Dark World, since she seems the most sceptical to just the idea of them. Like, if you ask other characters about it, they'll go and say something like, kids and their silly games, or stuff like that. Undyne just bursts into laughter. She doesn't care about your feelings. Well, wait, that doesn't make all that much sense, because if Metaton Neil's body is in a dark world and the shopkeeper in Queen's Palace literally mentions two Lightners bringing the Metaton Neil body into the basement of Queen's Palace, that means Lightners have somewhat recently been in Dark Worlds, and most likely these Lightners were Metaton and Alfie's, since they both have direct ties to Metaton Neil's body. Which means when you ask Undyne about the Dark World, she must know something about it, if other Lightners she knows have been there. Then again, Undyne and Alf's don't really seem to know each other in Deltarune, so that could mean Undyne doesn't know about it. But then again, she is the police officer, so she would hear about stuff like, I don't know, an extra dimension in the computer lab. But, I'm not sure. It does also suggest through quite a bit of dialogue, I think, that Lightners have been to Dark Roads before. I don't know. I probably won't bother fact checking that, so feel free to tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. Honestly, don't know. We'll just have to see in Chapter 3. Well, don't really have any other theories on Deltarune. Oh, I do have a prediction though. Next time we have to fight rules, he'll have like another accent and he'll use 3 accents at once until one character tells him that's dumb and he just goes back to doing one accent. And also the true villain of the entire series will be Newt Burt. That scheming little bastard, he is up to something. That's why he lives in the trash. Anyway, I don't really have that much more to talk about, so I'm just going to babble about Deltarune Chapter 2 and all the stuff I find cool about it. First off would be how the game feels in comparison to Chapter 1 in Undertale, because Undertale, it defied pretty much every RPG genre convention there was through its characters, writing, and gameplay. Well, Chapter 2 felt much more standard. Obviously, it was still unique, because it was still the Undertale formula, I guess, with a lot of added on stuff from it. Just that added on stuff was generally from other kind of RPG tropes. Not to say that it's bad, it's still really good, but it kind of feels small in scope. Not that the game is small in scope, that's probably just a me thing, but it almost feels like a demo. Does anyone else get that feeling just from Chapter 1? I mean, I sort of thought of that is when I first played Chapter 1, but see, as soon as Chapter 2 came out, I just thought, yeah, Chapter 1's definitely a demo, because Chapter 2 feels like everything Chapter 1 was, but just so much more improved upon, and Chapter 1 was pretty improved on as it was. Does that make sense? Probably not. Oh well. But yes, Chapter 1, amazing. Chapter 2, better than Undertale, I think, because everything is polished to like the ump's degree. Compared to Chapter 1, yes. Compared to the Undertale, 100%. The music, the characters, the writing, the gameplay, the everything just feels so fun, I think is the best way to put it. And yeah, everything just feels good, especially the music. I think Toby Fox and Lana Ray was a very good idea for them to team up and make some songs, because they're pretty much the only two people I am aware of in the music worlds. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be qualified to talk about the music, but I'm going to anyway. Haha. First, let's start off with Attack of the Killer Queen, because that track just I could listen to it on repeat for hours. That was one of the ones that Leanna Ray and Toby Fox made, so I don't know how much was made by who, but I'm just going to say Toby Fox, just to simplify it. I think that Toby Fox made it really good, because it kind of sounds high class with the harpsichord and all that playing on it, but it also sounds kind of rash and a little unorganised in places, sort of like Queen is. So it sounds like it's trying to be high class or is successfully high class and fancy sounding, but also quite impulsive at the same time. It's just really good for Queen's character. It's kind of the same with Beardley's theme. It feels like it's really, really trying to be smart, but it just can't be because Beardley just can't be. And also, speaking of Beardley, I know people in real life that are like him. Not me, of course, other people, obviously. I am nothing like Beardley, but I am a gamer. And on the topic of characters, Noelle, I thought she was going to be really annoying at first, to be honest, but I don't know, she grew on me. I like her. Obviously, the old gang from Chapter 1 are as lovable as ever. Sans is in it. That was fun, I guess. Loads of other cool stuff, I suppose. I really liked My Castle Town. It was just super fun and just made me happy, I suppose. Actually, I suppose that's one way to put this game. The game just made me happy. Yeah. Uh, that's all. If you watched this far, you need to find something better to do, but also thank you. And goodbye.